Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we're going to be doing another quantitative reasoning subtest mock. So I hope you find this video helpful, and once again I've done a couple of these but I think that this quantitative reasoning is one of those, especially as we head into the latter parts of UCAT prep. It's one of those you definitely can improve in a short amount of time. Verbal reasoning is a lot harder, I would say. Decision making and quantitative reasoning you can do. So without much further ado then, let's get straight into things. So as always you'll be able to see my iPad screen, so that should be helpful to be able to figure out exactly what I'm doing, and I'll be able to try and talk you guys through my thought processes as well. Okay, so let's get straight into it. What's the total? Okay, and let's skip this. What was the profit earned in millions of dollars for Company B in 1994? Company B profit was 25%. Okay, I'm going to skip this, I can't lie. In 1984, what percentage of the total value of exports was attributed to food in 84-85? So value exceeded the value of raw exports by 100%. Raw materials to that of manufactured articles was 3 to 4. Okay, I'm going to. What's the difference in the average number of students per provider between 2004? Okay, so 1367 divided by 51. 1367 divided by 51. Store that in the memory. And then 1431 divided by 49. Subtract. So 2.4. In the year between, was the average number of students per provider the lowest? Students per provider the lowest, so you want it to be, I think 1717, divide that by 70, it's 24.5, and then 2298.25. I think it's going to be this one, 2007. I'm just going to flag it. What's the average annual change in the number of students over the 5-year period of 2004? Okay, so it's going to be 2298. Subtract 1367, divide that by 5, 186.2. If the increase in the number of students between 2008 would increase, how many students expect to study this math subject in 2013? So 2298, subtract 2013, and then times this by, so 10, 11, 12, 13 is this, times this by 4. 4 plus 2298 will be 3438. How much more area did the Western Australia bushfires cover compared to the South Australian? Express the percentage. That's 12 divided by 17, which is 70.6. How much more area did the South Australia bushfires cover compared to the 2002 Northern Territory in kilometres squared? So that's 2 more million hectares. 2 million hectares. 2 million hectares. So that's times 0.01. So it's going to be 20,000. Yeah. So Australia 7.7. What percentage of it was covered by 74.5 Northern Bush Territory fires? Northern Territory bushfires. That's 1.5. So that's 15 million right now. So that's 1.5 million. 0.15. So 0.15 divided by 7.7 times it by 100. It's going to be Australia's 74, 75, northern, I looked at the wrong one, so then times this by 3, 5.8, because I calculated for 15, Northern Territory is for this. Okay, what percentage of Australia's total area was covered by the 3 largest bushfires that appeared on the chart? Okay, so 49 plus 29 plus 17, that's in millions of hectares, so then divide this by 0.4, and then this is how many millions there are, so then divide this by 1,000 to get billions, and then divide this by 1.9, 11.97, which is 12.0%. The number of medium box size sold on Tuesdays, what percentage of the medium or box? Okay, 32. Medium or large, that's 84 over 80, so 84 divided by 70, sorry, is 100. Oh, medium or large, so that's 74. Oh, so 74 over 70 is 105.71%. What's the difference between the number of medium boxes sold on Monday and large boxes on a Thursday? So that's 2. Oh. Okay, find the ratio of the large size boxes sold on Wednesday to medium size. That's 1 to 1. Oh. What's the total number of boxes sold on Saturday if the large boxes were 50% more than that on Friday. The medium, so large boxes were 50% more. So 70, so I'm going to clear the calculator, 70 times 1.4, store that in the memory, and then medium is 40 times 0.6, add that to the memory, and then recall is 122. I'll take across a 180 meter station. Incorporate train lengths into calculations. Fully cross 180 meter. Okay, so 180 meter long station. Okay, I'm gonna skip this one. How many points do you score on average for the first? Okay, so 173 times 23 is the overall number. For the first 50, she scores that many. So then you can get that. Number. Subtract 3150, and then you have to divide that by 23. So she scores on average 36. How much quicker is the 1436 from Manchester to Stoke-on-Trent? 24:19. 24 plus 19 is 43. Compared to the 16:26, that's 34 plus 34 plus 33, which is 67. So it's 24 minutes faster. Okay, what percentage of all domestic? Okay, we're going to skip this. If the total length of all highways is 280 kilometers, what's the total length of all small urban roads? Okay. Percentage length of total roads. Percentage of total roads, so it's 20%, so 280 divided by 0.2 gets you what the total amount is, and then times this by small urban roads. It's going to be, so times this by 0.35, it's going to be 490. How many cars do we expect to use small urban roads throughout the course of a week? Percentage of daily traffic over this period. 6,000, so 50% is going to be 3,000 then, I guess. Uses each road. Oh, but daily traffic, so then per week is going to be 21,000. How many more cars per day use freeways compared to small roads? So it's going to be, this is going to be about 10%, about 600 more. Per day? Was the last question per day? Yeah. Okay, let's review incomplete. So what's the total requirement of cloth to produce all of these shirts? Produced in the following year. Okay, let's skip this. How many meters of low quality cloth is, so number 30. Okay, I'll probably have to read this one a little bit more. What was the profit earning millions of dollars for company B? So profit is income minus expenditure. The income for A and B was the same in 1994. So 1994, income was 26 million. Profit equals, for percentage equals income times profit. Oh, okay, so income was 26, and then times that by company B 1994 is 0.25, so that's about 6.5. Okay, what's the approximate profit of company C in 1996? Company C in 1996, 35%. 1996, 10 million per year, so it's going to be 20 times 1.1 times 1.1 times 1.1, and then times this by the profit percentage for C in 1996, which is 0.35, so that's 9.3 million. What's the ratio of the expenditure between A and B in 1998? The expenditure between A and B. So the incomes are exactly profit equals income. Oh, that's a long question. I'm not bother doing this. What is company A's profit in 1997 as a proportion of its profit in 1996? Okay, so kind of long as well. I'm going to skip this one. In 1984-5, what percentage of the total value of our exports was attributed to food? Food in 1985-86 exceeded. Okay, so 25800 times 0.23, and then subtract that by 106, divide that by 22400, 22%. 284.5, how much more raw materials were than food was exported. To have raw materials by 100%, so that's 3x. So what I need to do here is, if I go back to, I think it was, which question if I just left? Basically, so this is 22% over here. And how much more raw material? So 100 minus 22, divide that by 3. So this is manufactured articles is 52%, and this is 26%. So how much more raw material than food? So this times 22,400. That should have been what the answer was. How much more raw material? Oh, than food. So it's going to be 4%, sorry. So it's going to be 0.04 times 22,400 times 22,400, 896 million. Okay, cool. How much less was the value of exports of raw materials during 85-86 chemistry? The raw material in 1885, raw material to that of manufactured articles was 3 to 4. So 77 divided by 7 times by 1 is 11%. So then times this by 25,800, 2838. In supposing that the value of food exports increases, percent of the value of total exports. Okay, so it's going to be 25,800. Oh, 25,800. I'm going to clear the calculator here. 25,800 times 1.22, and then 23 times 1.34, 30.82. Oh, so I need to do 25,800 times 23 times 1.34, which is that number, then divide this by this, 25%. Okay, review screen, review incomplete. Okay, what's the I really don't want to do that question. Neither these ones. Okay, is there any other? Okay, so train is 550 meters long, so if it's just 540 divided by 20, that would be too easy. Train fully crosses the tunnel. So it can't just be 9 seconds though, because you have to fully cross a 180 meter long station, because so you have to do 20 times 33, which gives you 660 meters, and you've got to add on the 180, and you've got to divide this by 20. Oh, it's just easy in what it looks like. Okay, I'm going to flag this one, I'll come back to it. So what was the 50,000 on remodeling in-house stores? Same year spent. Total spending. Okay, spent 50,000 and 20,000 on these two respectively. So 50, 20. Same year they spent on cleaning 30% of what was spent on remodeling. Remodeling is that. So remodeling is 15. So this is cleaning, and then this is remodeling, I believe. This is cleaning, and then this is remodeling, and then this is in-house store. And then what they spent on those together was, so 850 plus 20 plus 15 divided by 0.8, 106,250. Okay, 75% was all into what's the total number of their favourite activities. So 12,575 plus 8,860 plus 3,840 plus 3,538 plus, and then divide this by 0.77, 39 million, 40 million. Oh, didn't even have to add those all up. That was so silly of me. What percentage of all stated that the most common activity was shopping for pleasure? Shopping for pleasure, 3538 plus 2711, 6249, and then you've got 30.756. So 30.756 plus 14.546 is 54.3, and you've got, what was the other one going to be? So it's going to be 3.538 plus 711, divide this by 13.8%. Average daytime domestic visitor spent 114. Sightseeing compared to shopping. So 3840,000 minus 3538000, and then times that by 114. 34428 million. Same surveys conducted in the previous year for international visitors. Eating out as a favorite activity has increased by 10%. Eating out has increased, so then divide this by 1.1. So that was 3689 divided by 1.1. And then other four remain identical across the 2 years. How many more prefer to eat out than a trip to the minus 2068? 1286 million. Overhauls made to roads which included an increase in 10% in the total length of all roads. It was 160 km in 2020. Graph. So 160, it's just going to be 160 divide that by 10. Sorry, 160 times that by 10, and then times this by 0.1, and then times urban small road by 0.35. Ooh. Increase of 10% in the total length of all roads. The all small urban roads was 160, so it's 1600. 1600 times that by 0.35, 560, times that by 1.1. So why can't it be this one? Okay, this one's still... Okay, let's try and do this one then. So what's the total number of cloth to produce? To produce all these cloth, following table gives the number of shirts produced in thousands, the percentage quality of distribution of cloth quality. Okay, what's the total amount of cloth to produce all these shirts? So 20 plus 30 plus 30 plus 10 plus 10, and yeah, okay, and then times this by 1.5. So this is the only answer it can be. How many meters of low quality cloth is consumed? Okay, so 30 times... Okay, this is where the memory function is going to come in, I think. 30 times 30, 30 times 30, then 10 times 40, 10 times 90, equal number times that by 1.5, 46500. Okay, how many meters of high quality cloth is consumed by A shirts in the following year? So A shirts high quality, so it's 20,000 times 8, okay, 20 times 80 high shirts, and then increases by this amount to 880, I think. Okay, what's the ratio of, unless I've done these wrong, what's the ratio of low quality dye in C and D? Low quality dye in C and D, so that's 100 over 200, which is a half, to medium quality in A, a half, that's 50 to 15, 10 to 3. I'm just trying to think here. Low quality dye in C and D, so that's 50 to medium quality in A. That's 50 to 15, which is 3.333. Yeah, because that's got to be 50. Low quality dye, C and D, so 124 times 0.4, 124 times 0.4, 124 times 0.6. Okay, that's 124 there, and then 0.15 times 124 is 18.6. So 126 divided by 18.6 is 6.666. That can't be right. Okay, I'm going to put this one. Okay, ratio of the expenditures between A and B in 1998. Income was the same, so it's just income minus profit over income of A. So 1998. Okay. Maybe I can try and take the time. Just make sure there's no other questions I've got to do. Try and take the time to think about this question. So we've got ratio of expenditure. So profit equals income minus expenditure. So to have expenditure, you have to income minus P of one, and then income minus P of the other. So it's going to be IA minus PA over IB minus PB. But the incomes for A and B are the same, so these are exactly identical. Income of B in 1998, and so A and B. 1998 is 30% for A, and then for B it is 45% for B. So we're basically saying that B makes 45%, so B makes 1.5 times as much profit overall. So the expenditure of A must be higher. Okay, so it can't be this one. Can't be that one. So it's one of the others. In terms of the numbers we have here, 15th%. Okay. Okay, well, maybe we go with, because these are flipped, I think I'm going to go with C as my answer. Company A's profit in 1997. Company A's profit in 1997. Income for A in 1996. Profit is income. Profit equals income times the profit percentage. So profit equals income times profit percentage. This is for 97. Oh, sorry, let's go 96 first. So 96, the profit of A is 45 times 0.45, and then the profit in 97 is I times 0.40. So then it's going to be 9 over 8. Profit in 7 is a oh, okay, no, it's going to be the other way around. It's going to be 8 over 9. Yeah, because this is not, this is like 0.4 divided by 0.45. Yeah, it's 8 over 9. Okay, so some of the flagged ones. Yeah, okay, I think that's will be fine. So this one fully crosses the tunnel in 23 seconds. So add that to the 180 and divide it by 20. I want to take the train to fully cross. The train fully crosses, oh no, this is what I have to do. I figured out what I have to do. 20 times 33, subtract 540, add 180, divided by 20. Yeah, 15 seconds. Okay, let's review flagged. Okay, this one's fine. So it's an overhaul to the roads was made in 2000, so 10% increase in total length of all roads from the previous year. If the length of all small roads, oh, in 2020 was, oh, so 160 equals 10%, so 1600, divide that by 1.1. What was the length of all small urban roads? Okay, and then times this by 0.35, 509. Okay, I just misread the question. With this one, what's the ratio of the low quality dye in C and D shirts? Oh, to medium quality in A. So the fact is there's twice as much here actually. So it's actually 15 to, it's not 15 to 50%, it's 100 divided by 15. Oh wait, no, but I got that. Hold on. So actually, I think it's going to be 0.75 times 0.4, which is 0.3, 0.25 times 0.6, which is 0.15, and then you've got 0.5 times 0.15, which is 0.075. So then 0.45 divided by 0.075 is just 6. Okay, cool, got it. So if we end our review here, we have a look at how we did. Okay, so 2 answers that we got wrong. Let's have a look at which ones we got wrong. Okay, I forgot to flag this one. I could have tried to come back to it. Yeah, this is a tricky one. I think this is one of the ones I just have to learn. I was not exactly happy with it, I'm not gonna lie. I probably should have done it better. In which year was the average number of students per provider at its lowest? Fine, okay. Yeah, I should have probably punched these numbers in. Okay, but I thought that was a harder QR subtest than normal, than what we see on MedEntry. But I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you do have any other questions, please do let me know. But otherwise, keep sending your messages in and let me know what you want to see, and I'll do my best to continue uploading. And I'll see you guys in the next video.